Ladies and gentlemen, one day I say, we will be perfectly on time. This is not the day. Welcome everyone to the 9th dev stream. This time summer sale. 30% discount on SimCasino. Happy to have you all here. I'm with just Michael today. So please, big welcome to Michael. I'm Yosha as always. And we'll be talking about some stuff about modding, some stuff about what we did in the last stream, and some stuff on the future. And as always, we will be answering your questions. So be sure to let us know. I've got all the chats open on my right and looking around and playing the game a little. Oh yeah, also, if you have some ideas for the casino, I'm not the best at designing. Let me know.
Sounds good. I wonder how many are joining us today.
I've got a bunch of people just joining my casino, by the way.
Oh yeah. Well, I did remove population caps and I played with all that.
Guess I'm just getting a bunch of people now then.
It's quite a tricky thing because people ask why when you have a hotel and everyone's sleeping in there, you need like extra guests to then spawn for everything else, so that then your machines don't get empty. And when people go to eat, you need even more guests to cover while they're eating. I mean, every time somebody goes to a toilet, you need even more guests to cover when they're going to the toilet.
Especially if you have hotel rooms as small as these ones, like these single small ones, take up so many agents.
And if you look at other games in the genre, they basically have the same problem.
So how do we squeeze in more slot machines? We definitely need more slot machines and some more table games. How do we squeeze them in here? Any ideas?
I'm guessing you're playing with unlimited money.
Yes.
Yeah, otherwise it'd be a long time waiting for that debt to be paid off. It's probably best just have some more foundations and go from the back.
I can probably move the buffer over the left, I guess. Doesn't really need to be in the open.
Probably in a good central location, to be honest.
I could. That's actually a good point. I could put a second path to the left, maybe, and put the kitchen here in the middle, and make around the buffet around the kitchen, and then have slot machines behind it too.
Yeah.
Just need to move
Good
the security
idea.
office then. Guess the gym can be smaller. I don't need so much gym.
So in terms of what we've done since the last live stream, Donna added a whole bunch of new fences, which I think would be cool to show off.
I will definitely try to use them. A second.
Yeah, I mean, just a case of showing off the different icons for them in the fence menu.
Ah, by the way, the new multi-select is also in. What would you want to show?
It's on the side if you click on fences.
Fences.
And
so which one is
which one's
on
more type? So the first three were already in there, and the fourth one, fifth, and sixth, and seventh. So there's like a wooden. I think there's a couple of wooden ones, a metal wood one, and then a final metal one.
Oh, a little higher one. This one is actually really nice. Wait, in front of here.
Yeah.
I mean, it's not perfect, but at least it has some view blocking.
Yeah, there is another tall one as well.
This one?
The next one.
Let's see. Oh yeah, that fits that better, I think. Just to show
And then
them
you've
off
got a metal one as well.
Oh, all shiny and metally.
So yeah, some nice new fences there. I think just those like small details make a big difference to the game and what you can do with it. Now you don't have to have all the same wooden fence outside everywhere.
Yeah, like I do. By the way, greetings to Battery H on Twitch. Hello as always, Chick. Lovely to have you here. Princess, hi, and Yuri says hello. How's the stream so far? Chill. Just started. I'm trying to not design stupid casinos.
Did you want to show us the multi-select you worked on?
In 1 second, I can probably use it to move those guys. First of all, I need the security office. Oh yeah, so multi-select has been completely removed, basically, more or less. And so the button is gone and the separation is gone, basically. And selection, whether it is one object or multiple objects, it's just you just drag now. So previously you had to click a button, then you had to drag, and it was 2 separate things. Now it's just one thing where you can drag and select a bunch of stuff. The options are about the same. I think I ported all old options, and since then we haven't added a new one. But it's basically the same. I think it's a little bit easier to use now.
Much quicker.
It's basically like the Windows Explorer. So if you have ever worked with Windows or the Explorer, you probably know. If you start selecting without selecting any keys, it just selects whatever you have. If you then start a new selection, it removes the old selection, starts a new selection. If you want to add, just hold Shift, and you add to your existing selection. And if you want to remove, you remove with Control. Both left and right Shift and Control work. And also removing single objects or adding single objects work. Same, just you don't pull around. By the way, hello Blue Wing Sniper. Hope that's the correct one. Looks like someone is missing. I mean, 2 people are missing today. And I just saw Michael isn't cropped perfectly. Oh, he should be fine. Security office. So we wanted to move all of these guys. I need a bigger security office.
I'll have a quick look through previous updates. Yeah, we've got the fences. There's been some minor stuff to user interfaces and obviously a lot of bug fixes. One thing we did was when you're getting money from neighbouring casinos, now it's per day rather than per hour, so it's more of an average. Because I think people were seeing like negative cash like at 5 AM and were thinking it was a bug or something, but we couldn't work out whether that was a bug or whether that was actually just the way it works. So we think a daily average might help it make a bit more sense. Just have to see how that goes based on feedback. We made it so that sounds will mute when you alt-tab out of the game.
Oh yeah, by the way, you just heard that when I tapped out to fix the cropping of Micah.
Yeah, reduce the number of criminals spawning. So basically it's now a daily count of criminals rather than it's sort of constantly adding new ones throughout the day. That should be much better. I am still working on things secretly for crime, so that will be coming out hopefully next week. Now, yeah, new ceiling light and neon strip lights, so that'll be good to add to the outside. Basically just lines that you can decorate around the edges of the casino, and I've also got a new chair, I think, and a new large casino sign. That'll be good to build actually. It's a new style of, like the giant casino sign. A big one, you can place all the letters of the English alphabet, and although it's not in yet, I am currently working on getting different numbers and symbols as custom placeable as well, so you'll be able to do things like question marks, percent signs, obviously all the numbers. Donna's been busy making all the models for them. And yeah, one thing that I think we mentioned before when a bunch of guests arrived was we've removed the population caps. The big one is that marketing should be a lot more effective now. So it used to be that, well, so the way it still works is you have a capacity and you have a demand value. Obviously, as your demand goes up, more people will arrive, but up into your capacity. So now marketing increases both demand and capacity, which is a bit of a fluffing of the numbers, but it basically means you'll get more people in.
Is that shown somewhere?
I
Or
guess
is it just
demographics. It shows the demand, it doesn't show the capacity.
Oh, okay. But so if you market something, I think the new marketing option, yeah, social media is also in. That has been asked last time. So if I do social media, say, yes, let's say entertaining, full time, excellent. Yeah, the demand just went up.
Yeah, so now the capacity increases with it so that you can actually fit more guests in. That does mean you can now overflow your casino, but you might want to do that.
So if you want a lot of guests, go for it. By the way, Yuri is enjoying, which is really happy. We're glad to hear for us. Always happy if you enjoy playing. That's like the main thing for us. And he wants to steal 1k coins from my casino. I don't think it'd be that much more in depth then. Not that big of a trouble. I'm already in debt whatsoever. And Blue Wing Sniper on Twitch asked, how does the money recovery mechanic work? Do you recover stolen money randomly? We don't have anything to recover stolen money. At least money that is fully stolen. So the cheater actually got out, or the hacker got out of your casino.
Yeah, so if you catch them before they run out, you do get the stolen money back.
Exactly. And you get the full amount back.
Yeah.
I'm really getting a lot of guests. I really need to increase. Oh, well, it's mostly entertaining guests now.
As long as we're all heading to the theatre, then that should be a good sign.
Yeah, that marketing
like
campaign was really nice.
We got loads of complaints about theatres being empty, but not anymore.
Yeah, you just need the right marketing and boom. Look at these guys.
The one thing I want to point out, because of the way the game is, it's very likely that this will work for this one casino and it will break for every other casino.
Yeah. We test something with one casino and then we break it for everything else. So yeah, if we say we fixed something and it's still broken, or you think it's still not perfect, please let us know.
And as usual, send in your saves via the bug reporter. There's some other small changes, so things like if you want to put a wall object outside on like between two levels, you can now put it between the levels. It doesn't now snap. And there might be some rare cases where it does. I don't think I could get rid of every case where it doesn't snap, but for the most part it does. We fixed security guards not running fast enough, so it might still be a little on the slow side. So we might have to boost it up again, but generally they're much faster now.
Also, running actually looks like people are running. Previously, the speed of agents didn't actually affect how fast they were going. That is now fixed. So previously, running was like that slight, tiny bit faster, but basically ignorable. And basically the same as walkable speed. Now it's actually fast.
Yeah, that theatre's much better. In fact, it looks like it's now too full because there's not enough seats. But, you know, that's what happens.
Seems
yeah,
fine
there's
still.
a few seats, actually. Oh, that's much better, but it's nice to see it full. And because you did really good marketing, that'll be, well, some of it will be permanent. So eventually you'd be able to get that number of people without having to do any more marketing. You'll have to do a lot to get it, because as I say, it's only a small percent, but that will add up each time.
Blue Wing Sniper said, I think the label should be renamed for clarity. Money stolen and theft. Thief prevented, but I guess theft prevented, or something would be better. I don't even know what is it currently. On the money tab, right?
It's under staff and then operations, like crime. There we go.
Ah, security and crime. So currently we have all-time unrecovered and recovered, but that's all-time, right?
Yeah. But each incident should tell you whether or not it was stolen or unsuccessful. I'm guessing you just didn't have any stopped ones. In fact, do you have any security on patrol?
I think I might have one on patrol. Never mind. I should add one real quick.
Yeah, this is the key thing to stopping people stealing, is you need to have patrols, and they need to be, well, unless you have security cameras watching everything, you need to have them near where they're going to steal stuff.
Let's just add one in front of the entry. Running around circles at the entry.
And if you want to move one of the patrol points, you can click directly on like the green buttons now.
Ah, that works.
And then move.
Oh, lovely. Oh, wait. I think the button is, if you're too high, the button is blocking itself.
Oh, that's weird.
Oh, this
it works in theory.
And then plus, and just have someone patrol. All the way around here. And let's have 2 people do it.
And then let's see if any of the criminals get stopped.
I mean, I also have cameras now, so I think since last time we've improved security a lot. But yeah, people are now going... Oh, mind, you're not on patrol. You're on patrol. Perfect. So I should be way more likely to get those.
Also, do you remember last time when I said staff scheduling was pretty much spot on? Well, I've changed it again. I don't think I'll ever be able to get it right.
Blue Wing Sniper just said recovered to be means that the outside police recovered it. No, recovered means your personnel, so your security guards recovered it. Like I said, agent steals something from a machine or table game or whatever, and then starts running or trying to get out without being detected. And you have to detect them via either security cameras or a nearby security guard. And as soon as they are detected, they will start running, but your security guards will also start running behind them. And at this point, the money is stolen. To recover it, a security guard has to catch the thief before it leaves your casino. If it leaves your casino, it is unrecoverable. But if you...
As a side note... Oh, sorry, go on.
Yeah, just last point. If you catch this thief before he leaves the casino, then it is considered as...
One thing that I started work on was that instead of them running to the bus stop, there's now points on the map that they can run to without them like walking through buildings and things, because it takes a bit longer basically just to set all that up. All I need basically is for Joshua, because he knows how the walking off map sort of logic works, is to basically get them to follow those points. And yeah, once that's ready, then they'll be able to run off map.
A door would be helpful, I guess. We're gonna put the entrance and the chill buffet front here. So the kitchen can just easily exit. Blue Wing Sniper, how do they steal if they have to cash out tickets to the ships?
So if they don't get caught, they'll take the chips and they'll actually go to a cashier cage. If they do get caught, then they just run out with the chips. The only thing I haven't done is made it so that if they steal chips, they should then basically distribute that to new guests who arrive, who can then just walk in with chips already.
There's also still cash in the machines, which they can steal, I guess.
But yeah, if a hacker slot machine, that's just cash directly.
Right, move kitchen.
Yeah, once Joshua finishes the kitchen, then we can show you the slightly updated staff scheduler. But I imagine most people watching this probably already know what it looks like.
Oh yeah,
And yeah, I did some tweaks to the look of the build menu. I did better feedback on price satisfaction. That's quite an interesting one to look at. You can customize the seafood buffets as well.
The seafood buffet. This one.
Or any of the buffets.
No, I don't want to copy the design. I want to design it. Ah, you can change the tops.
And also there's a color tab as well.
Ah, yes. Stone. Lovely, can make it a little more cleaner. That was the wrong thing.
I wonder if when you click and hold the color, it then sort of goes into the select if you go outside of the UI.
You click and hold the color and then what?
And then, so click and hold and move outside of, yeah, it looks like it selects the plant now.
Yeah. I think I fixed that on the jackpot branch. I fixed 1 or 2 issues with like funky occurrences while working on highlighting for the jackpot branch. So that's probably already fixed. Design.
Okay, I've assigned an issue. Double check select paint color on your branch.
Yeah. For example, I've also fixed, if you go from, say, the zone onto UI, the hover tooltip doesn't close, but that one is definitely fixed. Kitchen.
That's the point. Did you give away spoilers and that you're working on?
Oh wow. Jackpot, such a detailed spoiler. What are we gonna do? Let's do it like this. This. And fence. What does it say? Kitchen zone must meet requirements. I don't think so. How about you just don't exist anymore?
That's one way to deal with it.
A non-existing kitchen zone doesn't need to meet requirements. Right fence.
One of those wooden ones might look nice.
Yeah, probably better.
That one with the hole on the top, that didn't look good outside but might look good inside.
Yeah, that's probably fine. You can still look over it and some through it.
I mean, optionally you can change the colours as well, but that probably looks fine to that one.
Eh.
Does it still count as in the zone?
Including usage position. So in this case the blue points have to be in the buffered zone. I may actually say disable zones and just draw a piece of the zone. Oh yeah, by the way, you can now pick zones with, if you are in the picking tool, with shift click you can now pick the zone. And just put some zones there. That looks a little bit better, I think.
Yeah.
Lovely. You wanted to check something out?
So there's two things. One is on the kitchen, just a quick look at the scheduling.
Just on the kitchen itself.
Yeah. So now we have basically options that you can change the time directly. So if you don't want to use a paint tool, you can add row and then that'll create like a new row across, and you can also change the times.
So let's
So also now replace the number of workers instead of adding or removing, which should make it a little less confusing.
So let's say our buffet is only, or is closed from... I mean, gamblers are around till late, right?
Yeah.
Let's say 10 to 6 AM or something. Maybe 7. At some point the business customers are gonna come in.
You can specify it to 0. You kept it set to 1.
Oh, right. At least it saves. Lovely, there you go. And I think I've got 2 workers in usually in.
And apply changes.
Lovely. There you go. So the second one should come in at any point now. What was the second thing?
It was, yes, if you click on possibly the buffer, it might work, and the gym as well. If you go to finances. So it's got a little bit more detail about price satisfaction. So before you just got that satisfaction, but now you get guest happiness and how many will refuse to pay. And so it should hopefully make it a bit easier to decide what sort of percentage to go with.
You say it's also on the gym? Yeah.
So basically anything with a custom price. So that's like bars as well and hotel rooms.
Oh, here you go. Oh, some will actually refuse planets. Not nice.
We'll make the snacks expensive and they have to buy alcohol.
I just want people to be happy and stay in the casino. That way they play for longer.
On the slot machines, it's not exactly the same, but there's a similar thing where it now shows you the range of confidence. So I think before it only showed you the minimum, now it shows you the maximum in the game stuff.
It says daily fee, popularity, rounds per hour. Ah, yeah, player confidence. 0 to 42.5, which is a pretty nice range. That's basically everyone, but it's a penny slot, so.
Yeah, and it also shows you just below it the number of customers in that range of confidence.
Let's see, what do we have in... Oh yeah, here's a higher one, 12.5 to 55. That's already only half the casino.
Because I think we had a complaint come in that we couldn't get anyone to play the game, so I just thought maybe that'll help make it a bit clearer what's going on.
Probably helpful to add some overview. Overlay for it. I think we actually
Possibly.
have...
It shows slot machine finances, but I don't know if it shows anything else.
I know we have a... Ah, no, we have a debug overlay, so only we can use it, you guys can't. We have a debug overlay for popularity of games, which we should probably make public anyways. And then make a second one, which is showing the confidence. Or... Yeah, probably confidence. Where green is some really low and red is some really high. To make sure that if you have only red ones, that means you have an issue with only having... So new players cannot play any. Stephen E. or Stephanie, depending on how you... I guess. Either... this looks like casino builder game I used to play years ago. From simple casino to luxury. We've got a bunch of people saying it feels or looks similar to some older games. What was the one big one? Casino Tycoon? No, it wasn't Casino Tycoon.
Casino Inc.
Yeah, probably.
And I think there was one Vegas Make It Big or something.
Possibly. I think Casino Inc. was the one I played long times ago. But it was somewhat limited.
A lot of people say this game looks like it's from the early 2000s, but I think this is a bit of an improvement at least.
Yeah, definitely. Battery Age says it has a couple of names. Vegas Make It Big for. Yep. By the way, I've got 1,000 guests around. Well, not around, but in today. 285.
Yeah, you should get notifications if anyone leaves because they needed a toilet or food. It won't really apply now, but on very small casinos, it's good for giving like better feedback. If say somebody left because they was angry because they nearly wet themselves.
Only 0
I think
chefs.
in Hotel Magnet they just pee on the spot.
What was it? Sorry.
In Hotel Magnet they just pee on the spot.
Didn't Arthur say he wanted basically the same?
Yeah. I think I'd rather they just leave than you actually lose money from it.
I just saw only 0 chefs to handle 1,300 unassigned tasks. Okay, I'm gonna do 1 chef at night. Now 1 chef can do the 1,300 unassigned tasks.
I wonder how there's that many jobs.
I think it's moving stuff around and possibly stuff from the old kitchen counted in as well. Yeah, it's now down to 1 chef handle 3 unassigned tasks. So I guess it was just a mess of stuff still on the old kitchen that it's now finally updated. Only the new kitchen is doing stuff. Right, I wanted to build some more slots. So let's copy one of these blocks. We don't have a copy yet, right?
Copy what?
A clone button would be a good option. Currently you still have to use the clone tool to actually clone. But since we have basically the same system with multi-select now,
Yeah, that'd be
we
good.
could just have a clone button.
So we need to figure out a way to get like multi-select bedroom zones.
Multi-select bedroom zones. I mean, it should mostly be fine. As is. I specifically made it so it just uses the object whenever possible, instead of trying to use a placeable. It probably just works. I just don't know how to highlight it. Also, hello, Halo, as always. Good to see you here.
Hello. One thing I worked on today, so it won't be in the game yet. If you look at one of the doors, to know which door you have at the entrance of the casino.
I will do in 1 second. Le door.
So that door is currently quite short, and some of the other doors are much taller. So I've basically gone through and I've made a bunch of them the same height. So now it's a lot more consistent for like decorating and that.
Yeah, this one is
It's
seems
funny how such a small detail can really drive players crazy. It was actually tempting to leave in just to see how crazy players get over it.
poor players.
Yeah, so the doors
Why?
will now be a consistent height.
Why are you torturing players?
That's the whole reason for doing the job.
Let's find a good game for these guys. Let's see, what do we have? Let's check the slot market, actually. Oh, look at these graphs. The Lucky Meal would be pretty good currently, generally, but probably gonna go downhill soon. What is this? Elven Forest seems... No, it was going downhill, it's coming uphill again. Let's try it. It's one of the... So, if you haven't seen the slot market yet, some games just stay in the middle, like this is Zombie Treasure. Zombie Treasure just stays like a decent game. It's not the best, but it's not the... And some games really like to spike up and down.
You'll notice on the left the minimum value is 50, because I think a lot of players assumed that when it goes to the bottom it's 0% popularity. So I basically updated all the visuals so that it's actually going to show more truthfully that it's actually a minimum of 50%.
So if you consider switching more often, if you want to actually manage it, you may get more out of it checking the slot market often. And for example, choosing Elven Forest, it's now going uphill over Zombie Treasure. But if you just want to have some well-running game, you can just choose whatever is usually in the middle, and that will run generally. So this one already has Elven Forest. I'll just copy the game. And all of you paste game settings, lovely. Maybe up the price. And have some higher confidence machines back here. Let's see, 100. Yeah, that's pretty nice. I just need to fix the advantage. I think I've got yeah, lovely. Higher jackpot price maybe? Yeah, that looks good.
Yeah, that looks good.
Game setting does copy all this stuff too? And remember.
Yeah.
Lovely. So copy, select all of these, and paste game settings. Yep, perfect. So now we've got some really high confidence games. Did someone mention that the slots may have rolling jackpots? You may have. Maybe.
Not yet.
Yeah, not yet, definitely. So currently, no. But keep an eye out for it. What is Finn just
Joshua
asking?
promises he's not going to sleep until it's done. It will be done at 7 a.m. tomorrow.
Maybe if I can talk with Arthur until then. So let's check. Let's see. Blue Wing Sniper, I'm trying to remember all the tidbits. Yeah. I think we've got a lot of mechanics in by now. From like the macro management of hotels, all the way down to changing the jackpots on slots, for example. Stephen said, I still have the Physic FY-SIG gamebox, Casino Empire by Sierra 2002. I'm probably a little too young for that one.
Yeah, to be honest, I've never played a casino game before this. Most of my experience came from like Hotel Giant and all the different Sims games and that.
And paste game settings. Lovely. We've got some good games by here. Steven, that'd be lovely. And be sure to have fun with it. It's our biggest important point, most important point. If you have some questions, be sure to ask them here. That's what we are here for. And you can always contact us. Email, Twitter, Discord, or just the Steam forums. Always a lot of helpful people around.
Yeah, probably best on the forums because then other people can respond.
Blue Wing Sniper, what's the end game for a casino? I guess making a lot of money?
Yeah, I mean, because it's more of a sandbox game, we don't really have like a specific end. Obviously, building on all the plots or research and everything or getting a lot of money, they can all be end goals, but it's one of those things really, just keep having fun with it, keep expanding.
Maybe having some big hotel is the thing you want to do, so, and you just build a huge hotel. Researching everything is too easy. Luckily, there's a game behind researching everything. Finn asked, what is the status on modding? Not too much difference from last time. I've got a couple of points open currently that need to be done before we can fully work on modding. But once I'm done with those points, I'll go over to mostly modding. And then...
Yeah, I think I've got you assigned for about 2 months dedicated to modding.
Yeah. It's probably gonna be the... I think you specifically use the next 2 months, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, so...
I think there's like 1 more week just to work some other stuff.
So yeah, I'm gonna finish up the few points I've got on my list now. I mean, we're probably gonna add more points at the point, anyways. So, but I will.
You'll start mod
try.
support next year.
Yeah, right. I will start, or I will continue with the mod stuff as soon as possible. To get the status update on it, I've mostly worked on the base framework, which is working pretty well with shared casinos, and a lot of time has gone into UI, improving the UI side, so more people, especially people with no prior experience with, say, Unity or even 3D programs, can add custom dot games or something like custom pictures will happen too. the first iteration will definitely have custom screen videos. Just so you know, screen videos are basically anything on slot games and anything on screen TVs. So you can have custom slot games and custom TV shows.
And the TV show was fixed, so it shouldn't show Perker. We just haven't got that patch out yet.
Yeah, that one, and the slot machines are funky on this one too, which I think is fixed on Edge too, right?
Possibly.
Or is it just a build issue?
It depends when you last patched it, 'cause I only put a patch out yesterday.
Should be contained in it. Ah, that might be a build issue then. Like, if I definitely fixed the speed of those. I'll have to take another look. You need a staffed security office. Guys, why are you not why are you not working? Ah, right. Let's just have one always open. Alice said mega hotel for the win. Yeah, definitely. I'd still love to see someone build like a huge towered hotel in total, only with like a buffet or something. With, say, some modded or some higher floors than technically possible. Basically, a really thin, say 20 by 20 short building and then really high. Can you add research to add more walls or security rooms?
So more security rooms are coming. In fact, Josh, I think I showed you a secret screenshot of it.
Possibly. But I'd have to take a look now. So is that, as you say, it's coming? More security officers?
Maybe. Yeah, it will be. It should be next week. Just depends if they've got too many bugs to fix before then. It's always a balance between trying to get the game stable and trying to get new features in.
Yeah. Cache vault? Also gonna be more than one or just one?
Probably not. It gets the UI real complicated, and then you got to deal with the staff logic of where they distribute goods. And then what do they do if they have more goods than you've allocated? What do they do if they have less goods than you allocated? Where do they put it? What happens if one becomes empty? Do you even have to shift goods between each vault every time they update?
By the way,
As well, I know there are resource management games out there that do it, but this already is like a lot of games in one.
Yeah. So
there's already
like
quite a lot to manage. I think that get a bit too heavy.
But yeah, security, you say security officers definitely are coming, multiply. Is that gonna be possible with research only, or do you not have to research?
I mean, I may as well put it behind research, because players have been asking for more research, hasn't there?
Yeah.
It feels weird, because I'm sure somebody asked, could you put like different plants behind research? And I was like, well, what's the point in that? I don't know. I don't really know what I'm supposed to put behind research and what's supposed to be like instantly unlocked.
By the way, nearly 4 AM now, and the casino is still really lovely full. Guess my people are happy. Some are rather sleepy, but gambling. Who needs sleep? Ella said next time I boot up the game, I have to try the tower live in the way currently. Hope you're still doing lovely in life, even if it's a little stressful currently. And be sure to share some screenshots on. Would love to see a high tower hotel. Blue Wing Snipers had an idea. What about locking research behind goals?
For that, we'd need gold.
Well, that's basically what we did in SimAir with grants.
Yeah.
But it wasn't just it wasn't in Sim Airport case. It wasn't research us, but like the ATC tower was limited behind the goal. I think might be more of trouble than it be worth.
Because as well, there's no real equivalent to an ATC in this game. Like, I can't really think of any objects that you'd want to lock behind a goal necessarily.
But yeah, that's the point. Instead of locking an object behind, you'd lock research behind a goal. Like Blue Wing Sniper said, unlocking a lot specialization.
Yeah, I mean, you'd still be locking objects. It'd be object behind research behind the goal. Of like a secondary
Mostly,
locking
yeah.
of the object, but and it's tough one because it's like some of us should we put even the basic hotel objects behind research and not just the like grand ones. But then it means if you start a new map and let's say bingos lots, hotels lots, and bars are lots, and everything's lots, you're basically forced to just build slot machines, and then it becomes just the slot machine, and it's like, well, wouldn't you want a bit more freedom at the start? One thing I was thinking of doing was instead of that, maybe giving each map a specialization. So some maps you start with business unlocks, but not the other stuff, and other maps you might start with slot machines unlocked, and then that way, it's still the same idea, but not every map is going to be the same.
That sounds like.
So that's like the only way I'd like to do it, because if every map just starts with slot machines unlocked, I think that get a bit dull.
Yeah, definitely. You could maybe combine that with some maps starting like an old kit theater or something. Like you may have a map where there's a pre-built old theater that is run down, a bunch of chairs missing and stuff, and you basically buy the old theater. And the map
that's kind of what we did with some airports and Scenario Mad, because I know I made two which I think got quite popular. One was this old army base, I think.
Yeah.
Yeah, that'll be definitely further down the line. In terms of like quick fixes, I think the specializations and more research options could work. In terms of long-term stuff, which might not be until after launch or something, that's going to be more to do with like objectives and that. But actually, I think, Josh, I might have assigned you a month to work on game objectives. I'll have to double check the timeline, but there might be a chance you get to work on it before launch.
Yeah, possible.
After mod.
So for the specializations, it basically be say the city is saying you can only, or you start off with only this or this stuff, and you basically have to research, like lobby your way out and say you can build other stuff in the. That's what, just to summarize it up what you wanted to say, right?
Yeah.
That definitely sounds like a lot. Yeah.
And then at least when if there's like 3 maps you can afford, you can choose which specialization you want to start with.
Yeah, that's also not. So Blue Wing Sniper said just dropping ideas seeds. Yeah, lovely. Always happy to get ideas.
You mean dropping more work?
Yeah, also that. And Ayla said he likes the idea too. Steven on YouTube asked, do you have showgirls to pampered Patreon?
We have cocktail waitresses.
Yeah, we don't have showgirls as this, but if I can find...
Have you got any waitress patrols?
Yes, I can find them. I think I have.
There's a chance they're male because you can't decide what gender they are.
I definitely have one. Did I not schedule it at this time? Probably didn't schedule it now. Yeah, it's only scheduled at 10:30, so I will show you in a second. Come in. By the way, Michael, any way to have like the current time as a bar in here?
Oh, you mean
Like-
just to show what the current time is?
Yeah. So as you did, like 12 a.m. or p.m. Noon is like, has a bar to show the middle of the day. It'd probably be a pretty cool idea to also have the rest showing up.
Yeah, that'll be an easy ad, to be honest.
Oh yeah, but by the way, just why? Because the clock is gone. You can't really see what time it is.
No, that means the scheduler isn't quite finished yet.
Is it at any point in time? Is it finished at some point?
But it's like as well, I look at other games and it's like, how does Parkitect's elegant user interface handle staff scheduling? Well, it doesn't. Everyone's 24/7. How does Parkitect's elegant UI handle multi-select? Well, it doesn't. Yeah.
Same with Roller Coaster Tycoon, for example, also. People are just there 24/7.
That's how you do it. That's my fix for staff scheduling. Just make it all 24/7.
Just remove it. I mean, to be fair, if you don't care about it, you can basically do it like that. So if you come in, you want to play and just want to play, like you're more the builder type of person, you can just build and leave them 24/7. Yes.
Well, by default, we do leave early in the morning. That was added just to make it a bit more automated, like easier. But by default, we do leave at sensible times.
Hey, Donna's there. Hello, Donna. Blue Wing Sniper said, loved the scenarios. He said Parkitect was fun previously, so I guess he means the Parkitect scenarios. And he also said it's not like I'm asking for massage tables and swimming pools.
Yeah, swimming pools won't be till next year. We're just not going to have enough time with our current schedule. Massage tables is probably an easy add there. That's probably a bit easier to get in.
I noticed I didn't even build the cashier windows yet.
Yeah, I need to make the big cashier window better at some point. I think what I might do is reduce the holding capacity of the smaller ones.
To balance them somehow.
Yeah, because right now I don't think there's any difference between the two, other than of course the small one is also cheaper.
Yeah. Yeah, Blue Wing Sniper just said cache windows OP. Cache catch is obsolete or outdated.
I mean, I think there's some truth to that. The new windows definitely do look a lot better.
Yeah. Maybe. Well, we could hide this one behind. We could hide windows behind research.
True. Yeah, I'll add that. Although, if anything, if the bigger one has more capacity, it might make more sense to put that behind research. One of those tricky ones, isn't it? Because we both have pros and cons.
Just put both behind research. You have a new casino, you have to research one of them. Your choice.
I'm going to put every single plant behind research, and we're all going to take 5,000 days. And then you can pay real money to unlock them.
Oof.
Don't tell Arthur, because I'm going to send it directly to my account.
Well, now it's too late. You have to share some to me. I think that the item needs a tooltip to help explain the advantages of each. Well, that's what. So that was on Blue Winged Sniper. The issue is currently there is no advantage or disadvantage of each. They're exactly the same item, just with a different model. So
Except
that's why
of
we
course
are.
the smaller one is cheaper and like easier
Well,
to
yeah.
build because it's smaller.
But yeah, on the point of how fast it works or how many people it uses, all this kind of stuff is basically the same. And that's why we just talked about it. Like, we need to balance it somehow, but we are not sure how currently. Not a break room, but at least people could sit while working.
Yeah.
Donna says, hey, I can hear Michael's chair moving when he moves. Yeah, my god. It's a chair. It's not Arthur chair, but it's chair. Hey, Motia says hi. We would need some furniture behind cashier and for sure behind the hotel reception. Furniture? I guess that's what you mean at least. I don't think... Yeah, there's not really a lot of space behind the hotel reception. They really need to get out, they can go over here. What's the casino doing? Mostly entertainment. These guys might get a couch. Oh yeah, those guys can have a couch, right? There you go. They can have a plan too.
That's nice of you.
Oh yeah, also fixed I think since last time. So currently if I... Oh, last time the mode didn't save. I think that's now saved between users, right?
Yeah.
Moving sniper stuff needs. Yeah, but who needs stuff needs? Why do stuff have needs? They just need to work.
Yeah, because when you get into the problem of, well, do you schedule breaks or do you have staff swap over every single time they go for a break? Like, how does that work? At least right now we just don't have staff needs, and I don't know if we'll ever add them.
I think we discussed having break rooms as the default position for staff last time. Which still is a good idea, but not a priority. So people like workmen in delivery and housekeeping doesn't have to stay around in garbage zones and delivery zones, but they can actually go to some room and relax while they are idle. Ella just said working for a hotel company now and executives and owners don't believe staff has needs. Well, yeah, I guess for those guys staff is just numbers.
That new fence makes a big difference.
Works pretty well here. Oh, right, I can place it there.
Yeah, we have to pull the chairs out.
Guess they'll have to live without plans. Who needs plans anyways? This stuff can be sold. It's not worth anything, but it's just sitting around. Blue Wing Sniper asked, "Oh, are there any objects that sit on tables?" I think there
Not
is actually.
yet, but there is an easy way for me to add it. What we really need is actual assets to go on top of them. But I think Donna's list has got a bit backlog because there's also other stuff I want to work on next month.
By the way,
I
I just
know what
noticed.
this last live stream was things like more objects of the theatre and conferences and things like that. So I think Donna's going to be pretty busy working on assets for that. I might be able to shrink some of the plants down there and get them working.
Yeah, this one, for example, in its miniature version might work. I just noticed my toilet is completely cramped. Increasing people also means increasing all the necessities.
For quickness, you could just make it gender neutral.
I'm probably gonna do it on this one, yeah. Wait, where are toilets?
Air comfort.
Alright. I need a door too. Interior door. One there, put one there. Toilet. This will be a bit cramped, so let's just make it a little bit bigger.
Toilet simulator.
Yeah. I mean, there's basically a simulator of basically everything, so why not? Gender neutral. And then have trash bin there. Maybe one over here.
Don't forget, trash bins have a negative effect on the environment.
Yeah, but I've got plans. Let's see, what's the environment? Totally fine. You just need to
If
place
you put a
plans.
light in the middle, like a ceiling light, then that'll cover the middle.
That is a
Or
really
even
good
a
idea.
hanging... I don't know if a hanging plant will fit or not.
Are there any ceiling hanging plants?
There's at least one, but it might be 2-story. Yeah.
Yeah.
Unless you put a wall plant up.
Don't really have space for that. And just place lamps. That should probably do it. If I can click environment overlay. Yeah. And that should de-crowd. And I mean, currently there's no crowd over here. They are all probably watching in the theater, yeah. But yeah, this should help. Blue Wing Sniper, so many objects, soon we will need a search bar.
Wow, that was quick. You added a search bar immediately.
Damn. He also said
It's
I
been
don't...
there since day one. Because I think it was added from Sim Airport.
Yep. I don't
There's
know
also
if it's...
filtering options as well that we added, well, I added recently.
What options?
At
The filter.
top.
Yeah, indeed. So you can filter for indoors, everything, indoors, outdoors, the two-story stuff, like the big Christmas tree, wall stuff, all the text objects, and ceiling lights. And yeah, Blue Wing Sniper just said he uses the filter objects a lot. So, pretty good addition then. He also said, I don't know if it's easy, but can there be a setting to change the default behavior of painting / wall object placement? I don't like free move, but the full snapping.
I mean, once you change it, it'll remember it for next time.
Yeah, it's probably fine. I think that has been a recent addition, so you may not have noticed yet. But yeah, it does. So whenever
Unless he means like at the start, you know, when you start the game up, but like an extra setting to the settings menu, and I don't know how many people even use the settings menu. Like we've genuinely had complaints about like the camera being slow, but you can just increase it in the settings. I did boost up the default value just to address that problem because I think a few people complained, but things like that. Not everybody uses the settings screen. It's one of those weird things that you learn as you do game dev, like little weird things like I think everyone wants like certain defaults, isn't it?
Fun
I
fact.
feel like I'm just rambling.
Yeah, let's just ramble. I mean, why not? People like it. Generally.
It's been a long week.
I
spent all weekend and then like Monday, Tuesday on the trailer.
Which does look lovely, by the way. If you haven't seen the new trailer yet, guys, okay, first watch the live stream to the end till we finish today. Afterwards, you can look at our YouTube channel. I think we posted it on Twitter and Discord too.
Because I think Hotel Magnet, we had like a team of people from Crytiva do their trailer when I asked them about it, and like I think the lead dev he'd like got the footage for it, and I'm just like, I've got like 3 days.
I think it's on the Steam.
Empty time. I'm like, okay, good luck.
It's on the Steam store now too, right?
Yeah, and YouTube.
Yeah, so take a look, check it out if you haven't yet. It has been pretty nice. Like just checking out the differences between the first trailer and now. A lot of stuff has changed. For the good, of course.
Actually, that's trailer 3 and trailer 4 because there's 2 trailers before that never got released. Yeah, this game was supposed to come out in early access in like February of 2020, and it just wasn't ready yet. And luckily we backed away from it, and we just kept working on it. So it could have been out like 7 or 8 months earlier.
Ah, by the way, we've got a drink server. In this case, it's a male today. Sometimes it's a female, which it's not a showgirl, but it's the direction, I guess. They pampered the patrons, of course. By the way, Chick says A++ on the trailer. Blue
That film course came in handy.
What? Sorry?
That film course came in handy.
Oh, you had one?
Yeah, because I did film and TV for 2 years before I went to uni for computer science.
Oh, lovely. I've got about 0 experience with cutting and film making and video making, so at least you experienced it. Blue Wing Sniper said, I think the thing is most people use the setting screen once when they first start the game to adjust video settings, then they forget it exists. I have to say, from development experience in general, and talking to and reading up with other devs, it actually is a phenomenon that users mostly don't look at the settings screens at all. Yeah, in video games, oftentimes said the graphics settings are checked out, but honestly, for most stuff, the graphics settings also just work. So the settings screen really is a rare occasion.
I wish my chair was less squeaky. There's no setting to get that.
Mine is so damn squeaky. If I move even a centimeter, I may hear it. Maybe I've got my minimum volume pretty low, so maybe you guys don't. It's probably fine. I think you need the WD-40 DLC to fix the share. Sometimes even that doesn't help.
You know, we forgot to charge $60 for the hot tub. It's in the game for free.
Yeah. I even built one. Can probably still log in. Not our problem. We own the casino, but we don't own the people besides us.
Either way, if you try and build a security camera inside a hotel bedroom or a bathroom, it'll just deactivate and it'll give you an error.
Add the squeaky chairs to Donna's list. Oh yeah, squeaky chairs. You can only build squeaky chairs in business stuff. Every chair squeak, and if you want to anti-squeak, you have to get the WD-40 DLC for $20. Cody O'Meara, hello. Happy to see you here. And they said just purchased about a week ago. Absolutely love it. Happy to hear. And Blue Wing Sniper said, I have 47 hours invested into SimCasino, currently working on the real estate master. Yeah, that's, I think, the longest or hardest one. But I guess you are having a good time, so definitely go for it. I don't think I actually have all the achievements on Steam currently. Whenever we add achievements, we of course have to test them somehow. But we usually like to reset them oftentimes. We are usually lazy and we just reset everything for all the achievements. So I've probably got some achievements that I've gotten 5 times or something like that. Someone was kind enough to guide for the hidden achievement. Imagine the achievements not being hidden for us. But yeah, some are pretty interesting. I still love the reference we did with New Vegas.
Colombia.
Oh yeah, that one's great too. You can definitely feel the population increase, especially with the entertaining marketing. Like the slot machines are really used a lot. The theater is full. Okay, not full, but nearly full.
Might even have to turn it down a little, but we'll see how it goes.
Seems pretty spot on currently. All the theater people are now coming out and probably getting a hotel or drinks. Yeah, drinks. Seems like they are all heading to the rooftop bar.
Yeah. Oh, that's good to see then. Hopefully it doesn't need lots of changing then. That's the thing, you just never know. Sometimes you make it sort of like it's too easy, other times it then becomes too difficult again.
To be fair, I've used the best marketing strategy, or the most expensive one, so seems pretty good. Cody asked, what engine is this in? And a pretty simple answer, we've used Unity.
Unity!
Exactly.
It's horrible.
We have to say that we've replaced a lot of stuff that you wouldn't usually use. So, let's say you start off, use some component from that Unity made. We usually have to go ahead or just go ahead and replace that with our own. So, for example, the simplest thing that we replaced early on was pathfinding. There is pathfinding or nav meshes, navigation meshes in Unity, but at the point in time where we would have used it, it was just not performant enough. So we basically had to make our Blooming Sniper asks, is it possible for penny slots to even make money with the addition of license fees? Let's check. Does not look like so.
For a lost leader, for guess with really low confidence.
Yeah, as soon as you go in the higher confidence ones. These ones aren't, but these ones. It goes up a lot. These ones were making a lot of money. Like in the time we've played now, they are basically back up and made profit even with the purchase cost. They basically hit their return on investment already, at least for some. Like this one is close to making money now. So it's a little hard. You have to balance penny slots. How many do you need? How many do you have?
I wish I could change how it shows then negative, because right now it uses brackets, but I don't know how to change that.
Current culture dot use negative sign as negative? I don't know. Current culture, just check I18N. There's currently somewhere where the current culture is set. For example, where I also replaced whatever current culture's currency sign is with just $. You can just somehow set it up, I guess. Probably, if you can find the property instantly, Google will probably tell you.
But if I Google it, it means I have to do it.
I mean, you can put up an issue and put it and assign it to me, and I do it in a minute after stream. But whatever. Either
I'm gonna be selfish and I'm gonna do that.
You do it while the stream is still up. Yeah. Lirandrina? Sorry if I butcher your name, guys. I see the Sims seeking entertainment, gambling, theater, and going to the restroom, but I haven't seen anyone eating in the cafeteria yet. What triggers that behavior? Hunger mostly.
Yeah, they might not have been in the casino long enough to get hungry.
This guy, for example, is really hungry currently, and I think he's going to the cash register. This guy too. Generally, yeah, it seems like it has lowered a lot. Don't know. Did you change anything by chance around hunger?
I don't think so. That can always increase hunger. Although one thing I did do, so one of the complaints was that people would go to buy food access and then just walk away. So I made it so that they now have to have a higher minimum hunger before they go to the cafe. I mean, of course, if the player builds lots of vending machines, then they might not go at all. Because as well, they can buy snacks from the bar as well. It's quite a tricky problem, really, how to make it so that guests can use snack machines, but then not also make them unable to use cafes. But then snacks should still improve hunger, otherwise that doesn't make sense. But then if it improves hunger, then they won't want to eat in a cafe, and players will complain that they're not eating in a cafe, but then complain if they're not in a vending machine, which obviously is fair enough. So I know the only thing I could think of is to make like snacking a need, which is different to meal, which is a need, and then the meal is just triggered at like different dinner times.
Or like Blue Wing Sniper just said, how about sim trades? So like some people just like snacks and some people like it's more.
True, but someone who snacks will still have a meal at some point.
Yeah. So maybe
I know there's like TV shows about like extreme cases where someone only eats, baked beans or only have like one food every day, but other than that.
Yeah, so probably a separate need would be a good idea. Could you make a combined need?
What I'd probably do is make meal as one, snack as another, and then they'll both feed into hunger.
Mm-hmm. And if meal is high, they have to go.
Free.
And if meal is high, they have to go for the buffet. If snack is high, they can just go for snack machine. And probably have some way where for every snack you make or you get, a meal goes up probably.
Or every time you have a meal, then snack will go down.
Or something like that. Somehow affecting them against each other. So the point is, you definitely didn't see an issue. You didn't see something we didn't see. Liran Trina. We may have to take a look at it. We probably will take a look at it. I can definitely see it. It looks a lot. It looks empty. Overall, at least in my casino.
We finally got people using the theaters, and now nobody uses the buffet.
To be fair, these balancing issues are possible to just be one casino, and then everything else is perfectly fine. So it's tough to check. But I think we've got a couple of people saying that we see it here too. So I guess we can see what we can do.
Yeah, they're just more less sensitive now, so they'll wait longer before they go to eat.
Blue Wing Sniper also had the idea, or if it's a formula change, chance based on the time of day.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking to do for making meals separate to snacks, basically.
That would also have the big advantage of having like lunch and dinner actually be like high frequency times. So you could really define what times they're eating. At that point, you could actually use somewhat of a trade system where, say, business customers, they are usually in just for the first part of the day, so they only eat lunch in the buffet, and entertainment guests would eat lunch and dinner depending on what time they are in.
I mean, to be honest, you wouldn't even need to use traits, so that if a business person comes in at 6 a.m. and has a meeting, they'll probably eat around 12 anyway. Then they'll probably get home after a few hours of gambling, so you wouldn't even need to make that a trait.
Just have the times be more, like have it be easier or a little better rated at. With that in mind, you could. The only problem I had in mind was gambling customers at night. But that would probably not be an issue. They could still snack, or if they are really hungry, go to the buffet. It will just not be as filled as as filled up as the specific times. Would probably be a good idea.
With the sleep need, they do get tired and more at night now. I think I've made it so that they basically don't get tired during the day. I do need to rework it so that maybe some guests will get tired. It is true though that if they don't go to bed at night, then they'll stay tired. It's not like that goes down during the day.
So definitely
if I was
possible.
A big change, because I think guests were sleeping throughout the day and then not spending any money.
But it's definitely a good idea and definitely a possible solution. Just for you, by the way, Blue Wing Sniper just shared sometimes 9 to 10 a.m., then 12 to 13, and 17 to 21. And yeah, he just wrote just talking. You mean just making us have more work? Our list every
No,
stream.
we should just say the game's finish them and go on holiday for the next 6 months.
Ah, yes.
Everything is perfect.
It's every stream. Every stream we talk about stuff, improve stuff. At least today it's just us two. Because otherwise we would have probably had double or triple the amount of ideas already. Well, Don's not here, so someone has to do it. Yeah. As long as you guys keep us giving ideas, we can stream with 2 people and still have the amount of the ideas as usual.
We also need more people to encourage others to buy the game, and then we can keep supporting it. I've been trying to send loads of keys out to different YouTubers, but none of them seem interested, which has been a bit frustrating.
Oh yeah, if you want to see some YouTuber or Twitch streamer or whatever play the game, be sure to write them and let us know too. You can, for example, on Twitter, add us too. And definitely send out keys for content creators. Help them make videos. And you let them know. Maybe they just play the game. They can have some fun too. Lovely. Wanna call it a day for then? Right now?
Yeah, can do. But yeah, we've been going for about 1 hour 40 minutes.
Yeah, we're at 1:37, I guess, with the intro. 1:35 now. Good chunk of talking, got a couple new ideas. Anything on your list or on your mind you want to talk about today?
So we kind of discussed mod support, didn't we? So I know you're working on... Did you say anything's actually, like, partially done? Other than the work, like the sharing casinos?
Yeah, like I said, screen videos is basically done, including the editor for it. Well, editor, you still have to make the video yourself, but how you combine the textures to have one video, that's all done. I think it needs an update on the slot games, since we have slightly edited slot games since then, but that shouldn't be too much of an issue. For the first wave, including custom slot games, custom videos, so slot videos and TV stream video is like 90% done.
And then after that is going to be custom, like, floors and walls, is it?
Yeah, probably going more direction of custom floors, custom stuff like textures in general. Like to have custom paintings, so you guys can just select a picture of you on your PC and have that actually in the game, not just have the brief. And we specifically wanted that to be as easy as possible, so everyone modders. And you don't have to upload that mod, of course, if you don't want to be, if you don't want to have your pictures up on the workshop. You can always just keep the mod local. Those pictures locally, your casino only.
And then after that, I'm guessing there'll be time to work on custom objects, but
Yeah,
probably not custom code.
Probably objects. Custom objects. I mean, they are gonna be harder than in Sim Airport, at least to make on the modder side, since now you need to have some 3D modeling experience. But it's a good idea. Still, probably a bunch of people make custom, and in general custom. And then afterwards, you'll have to see what makes it, what will on the list. We've got some bigger projects, like we'd like to see custom modded settlements and what was it, custom plots, but that's definitely not gonna come before the release. Afterwards.
We need to do a should I break saves so that we can redo the world from scratch and basically shift all the plots around? But I imagine it's either going to be no, or if it is yes, we probably still won't want to do it anyway, because that's going to be a lot of work.
Yeah, I mean, we could also just make a new world and only keep the old one as legacy option.
I guess, yeah. Depends how messy the code gets. You don't want spaghetti code.
May as well use that to refactor the code. You can always keep the old code in, say, an asset bundle or something like that.
Yeah.
So you'd have a legacy compatibility bundle that, if you have the game installed at any point while that is still available or necessary, is automatically loaded. But if you install the game after you change it, you could just ignore it. But yeah, that's definitely post. Even then we have to do it. So if you want to see what we have planned for modding and what we have planned in general, be sure to check out the Trello page. Probably easiest to just search SimCasino Trello roadmap.
If you go on the forums, I think it's general discussion. We have a roadmap.
Yes,
It's on Trello. That's a bit out of date now.
We probably update that. The modding section is definitely up to date still.
It's basically Trello has all like the ideas from like previous, like before we even launched, whereas the Steam forum post has the actual roadmap that we're going to work on.
Yep.
I'm guessing mod support stuff is only on the Trello, is what you're saying.
Yes.
Like listed.
And we should probably update the Trello with what we have.
Yeah, basically Trello is going to have like 50% of it removed.
Or at least moved
Based
into
on the
some
current
category
roadmap.
posts.
But
whatever.
Yeah.
So yeah, if you want to see what we have planned, or at least what ideas we have for modding past custom textures, slot games, and objects, are gonna be the most important points coming now. Check out our Trello. If you have any further ideas for modding, or in general ideas for the game, go to let us know. Easiest way to do so is Steam forums, ideas subsection. If you'd be best off, or we'd be best off really, if you could really quickly search whatever you want to share with us. If there's already a thread on it, it's better to add to that thread or just give it a +1. That way you can see there's more, it's a more popular idea and possibly a more thought out. That is always helpful to us. Lovely. Anything else you got?
Not really. Have you any other comments?
I think that's it. Guess we're good to go then.
Yeah, it's actually done quite a long stream. It didn't even realise it was that long.
Yeah, 145 touching. Or just us two, that's it. Guess
I don't think the casino really grew that much, did it?
nah, we mostly reworked. So just to recap, we moved the security zone, we moved the kitchen over, made the buffet mode for the central thing, new slots, new toilet over here. We checked out the new marketing, slot markets, and some of the new stuff.
Fences.
Yeah, fences. And finally not see one bad thing up here.
Also, there's have you seen the new columns? They're not from this update, they're from a previous one, but I noticed you've got all the same columns.
Yeah, I'm just boring.
Yeah, there are other ones as well.
We can really quickly show them off too. Is there a variety on some specific ones or just those?
It's just them two.
So we've got these columns. And which one
Yeah,
have? This one has a lot. Yeah, it's. How did you access?
So the two next to it are the new ones.
So this one and this one is probably a more metal-y one, I guess. And this one like marmor or something. Guess I'll have to replace some next time. Make it more fancy.
Yeah.
But yeah, let's call it a day for now. As always, thank you everyone for being around. Thanks for watching. And always keep an eye out on Twitter, forums, Discord, whatever you like most. You're always around. Happy to talk to you guys. And you haven't bought the game yet. Maybe give it a try. Pretty cheap now. I think that's all. You wanna say anything, Michael?
Goodbye.
Okay. Goodbye, everyone. We will see you probably rather soon, maybe next couple of days. Keep an eye out. And if you've watched on YouTube or Twitch, be sure to give us a follow, subscribe, whatever. And yeah,
You know what you should all do? Go out, make 100 friends, make your life much, much better, and then buy all of them a copy of SimCasino each.
That's a really great idea. As always, like I said, subscribe, follow, like, whatever. We will see you next time. Bye bye.